this from a lot of other industrial
We're
bands.
A power
in Seattle.
trio. How many of those do you see anymore? There
We
you
have-
go.
We have real drums and guitar and bass. I know a lot of industrial bands around here have that. But I think one of the things that sets us apart a lot from industrial bands is because, you know, a lot of times when you see an industrial band in Seattle, you pretty much know what they're going to sound like. Or, no, I'm sorry, I don't mean to classify just in Seattle. Anywhere, you know, you go to a person's website, industrial, so-and-so, you pretty much know what it's going to sound like. You know, it's gonna be loop.
Yeah.
It's going to be loop after sequence, and it's going to have a distorted voice coming in and all that stuff. I mean, we're a powerhouse live. We get involved with the crowd. I mean, after all, they're there for us and we're there for them. We have a great light show that Tom and I put together. We got, you know, our little boxes that are about the same size as this table that we stand on. It's got a bunch of black lights in it and strobe lights and stuff like that. And we kind of put
it's all about the show as well as the music. It's not just a music only thing. When you come to our show, you're going to get a show. It's not like when you go, you see some metal band and they just show up. It's like, wow, look, a metal show. And it's a bunch of guys on stage. They're like, oh, man, those guys are cool, but they just stand there and kind of don't do anything. There's nothing really going on.
They just play their music
and how many
show.
And how many industrial bands can you go to that you could see a mosh pit over here, flipping 30 people dancing over here, and people just standing watching, but you know they're all having a good time. How many shows can you go to like that, to where it's, you know, the same? It's a good, solid genre of music that people come to listen to, that they like, you know, as far as industrial goes, but yet it branches out a lot further than just the typical, you know, industrial bands.
A lot of it probably comes from our different backgrounds too.
Yeah, because you know, we got our metal songs, and then we have our songs that, you know, we would see people just dancing in through the whole time.
I mean, it's kind of weird how we all have like a couple of bands that we all admire together, and then we all break up and we go different ways.
Yeah, and then that's when we start hating each other.
Well, yeah, I hate that too. But there's a lot of difference in that, because it allows us to like bring in things that most people who all like just one type of music won't bring in. And we bring stuff from outside the box, and that brings us to be a lot tighter and a lot
more experimental
than a lot.
Experimental.
Yeah, experimental.
That
Write that word down.
We have our
by the
own
way.
language. That only us know.
For my roommate, convoluted, throw that in there. Means absolutely nothing, but we like the word.
So, and a lot of the time, as far as, you know, what separates us from the other bands, you look at so many bands out there that are in the same genre of music, and you kind of got to just ask yourself, what separates them from the other bands in their genre? You know, I mean, I'm not, you know, saying they're bad or anything. I actually think they're quite good, but you know, you got like My Chemical Romance, Fall Out Boy, there's that old band, or they're still around, Trapped, Papa Roach and all that. They're kind of in the same genre of music, but they're not really separated by much. It's just, they got those songs that just sound good.
For the kids at home, the industrial thing's the boots. Just so you know, it's all about the boots. If you're gonna do industrial, you gotta have the boots. Except for us, because when we get on stage, I wear socks. But till then.